Welcome back to The Final. Before watching the video, leave a number 1 in the comments to get things started. What are you waiting for? Let's begin with the American farmers. The python farming industry in the US began in the 1970s when pythons, primarily the ball python, were introduced as pets due to their small size and gentle temperament. However, the growth of the python farming industry extended beyond just raising them as pets. By the end of the 20th century, Burmese pythons and boa constrictors began to be farmed more widely for meat to supply restaurants, for leather production in the fashion industry, and to meet international market demand. Python farms in the US, particularly in states like Florida, Texas, and California, grew rapidly thanks to this potential consumer market. Some farmers raise pythons in large numbers on specialized farms, typically focusing on python and boa species. However, most python farms in the US operate with smaller or moderate numbers of pythons. The python is a reptile, which is why it requires high humidity. Farming pythons require a special enclosure system with heating, lighting, and tightly controlled humidity. This results in a high initial investment cost. If farming in large numbers, the farmer will need to invest more in infrastructure and labor, which may not be cost-effective for those without sufficient resources. Pythons require a stable temperature and high humidity to keep their bodies in the best possible condition. As cold-blooded animals, they need a stable heat source to regulate their body temperature. Python enclosures typically have a heated area lit by heat lamps or heated surfaces at the bottom of the enclosure. This heat source helps pythons maintain their body temperature and supports digestion. The humidity in the enclosure should be kept at 50 to 60%, but it can be increased to 70 to 80% when pythons are preparing to shed their skin. Pythons don't require overly large spaces, but the enclosure should be large enough for them to move comfortably. For juvenile or small adult pythons, the enclosure can be about 2 to 3 feet long and 1 to 2 feet wide. This is enough space for the python to move and feel safe. For larger pythons like the Burmese python or boa, the enclosure needs to be bigger, around 6 to 8 feet long and 3 to 4 feet wide. To keep the enclosure clean and easy to maintain, farmers often use materials like bark, wood shavings, or absorbent materials that are easy to replace. However, fine materials like sand should be avoided as pythons may ingest them, which can be harmful. The python is a carnivore, primarily eating small mammals. The amount of food a python consumes depends on its size and age. A python will eat prey that is an appropriate size for it. When eating, Pythons have the ability to consume a large amount of food and take a long time to digest it. A large python can consume a rabbit or mouse weighing between 1 to 3 pounds in a single meal. In the wild, pythons may eat several prey items at once, but they do not need to eat frequently. In 1 month, a wild python might only eat 1 to 2 times, but when farmed, they may eat more regularly, especially juvenile pythons. The cost of feeding pythons depends on the type of python and the number of pythons. A juvenile python can cost about $1 to $2 per week for food. If a juvenile python eats a mouse about 4 times per month, the feeding cost for one small python could be around $4 to $8 per month. For adult pythons, the feeding cost will be higher as they need larger animals and can consume about $4 to $8 per feeding. The python is not a hibernating animal like some other species, but it can reduce its activity in cold environmental conditions, especially during the winter months. Although pythons do not fully hibernate, they tend to eat less and become less active when the temperature drops. On the farm, to ensure that the pythons remain healthy and their development is not affected during the cold season, farmers typically maintain a stable temperature in the enclosures, ensuring that the pythons always have a warm environment with heat lamps or controlled heating systems. If customers request pythons during this time, farmers can adjust their diet and care routines to keep them healthy while still being able to supply them. Comment number 1 if you like this video of mine. Pythons reproduce by laying eggs, and their reproductive process typically occurs in the spring or summer when environmental conditions are favorable. After mating, the female python will find a safe place to lay her eggs, often in warm soil cavities or secluded areas within the enclosure. A female python can lay anywhere from 10 to 100 eggs. After laying the eggs, the female will begin the incubation process, maintaining the appropriate temperature and humidity for the eggs to hatch. However, in a farm environment, farmers need to intervene to ensure optimal incubation conditions. To do this, they use incubators that maintain a temperature between 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 90 degrees Fahrenheit and humidity levels ranging from 60% to 80%, depending on the species of python. The United States is one of the largest consumers of pythons, both as pets and as materials for the fashion industry. Enthusiasts seek out pythons for their unique beauty and relatively gentle temperament, making them popular pets in households and among reptile hobbyists. Python farms in the US not only supply pythons for these hobbies, but also provide products like python skin and meat. In addition to being a pet, pythons are also widely consumed in the fashion industry. Python skin, with its soft and durable qualities, is the ideal material for producing luxury items such as handbags, shoes, belts, and accessories. Famous fashion brands in the US use python leather to create high-end fashion products, making python skin a luxury and expensive item. The consumption of pythons as a material for high-end fashion production is significant. However, I don't think I would dare to carry a python leather handbag in the rain. Comment 1 if you agree with me. In the US, eating python meat is not as common as part of the daily diet, but it is present in certain communities and cultures. Python meat is most known in restaurants specializing in unique dishes or in areas with traditions of eating exotic animals. In recent years, in southern states like Florida, eating python meat has become more popular as the Burmese python has invaded the natural environment. People have started to harvest python meat as a food source, viewing it as a way to control the overpopulation of the species. Python meat tastes similar to chicken and is often prepared in various ways, from grilling and frying to making soup. The US is home to several distinctive species of pythons, some of which are known for their high adaptability to the environment. One of the most common pythons in the US is the Burmese python, the largest species, which can grow up to 20 feet long and weigh over 200 pounds. The Burmese python primarily resides in the Everglades, Florida, where it has become a threat to the local ecosystem. Another species is the ball python, also known as the royal python, which is smaller, measuring only 3 to 5 feet in length. This species is popular among pet owners in the US due to its gentle nature and a wide variety of color patterns. The gopher python, a smaller species, mainly lives in dry areas, such as the grasslands of the southern US, and can reach lengths of 4 to 5 feet. These python species are not only common in the wild, but also popular as pets, thanks to their easy care and lower maintenance needs compared to other reptiles. Outside of the US, in Thailand, python farming has become an important industry, not only to meet the demand for meat, but also to supply python skin for the fashion industry. The Burmese python and the reticulated python are two common species farmed here. Python skin is harvested to produce high-end products such as handbags, wallets, shoes, and fashion accessories.
The ingenuity of machines has churned out packaged products smoothly cruising along the conveyor belt. Giant chunks of meat are no match for the meat slicer as it effortlessly carves through them, yielding astonishingly perfect and uniform slices. This machine is chosen to churn out large quantities of meatballs in various shapes and sizes with ease and precision. The salted meat will be packaged on this modern machine assembly line with utmost efficiency. Hundreds of buns completed in just 1 minute? Are you satisfied with this efficiency? Before setting foot in the factory, every worker must go through rigorous sanitization steps to ensure food safety and hygiene. The filling for the buns is meticulously prepared and kneaded in this machine. Thousands of cakes cut to a standard size are dancing along the conveyor belt. This production line, coupled with 4 workers, achieves the productivity equivalent of 30 workers per hour of continuous operation. Revolutionary packaging solution for frozen products, Tight Bag. This fantastic croissant packaging machine will deliver you the tastiest croissants ever. The automated potato packaging assembly line is tailored exclusively for our channel subscribers. If you're not digging this video, drop a 0. Cut, divide, and decorate lettuce, cabbage, and bell peppers perfectly. Dive into the intricate cutting process with the multi-corer 4B. It's like watching a culinary artist at work. Thanks for watching. Which production process do you prefer? Are you drawn to the corn dog assembly line or the dumpling one? Drop a 1 if you love this video or a 0 if you're not feeling it. Flour is an indispensable ingredient to create the perfect dough for these buns. This dumpling factory boasts state-of-the-art machinery, delivering astonishing productivity and eye-catching packaging that will make consumers' choices as easy as pie. Drop a 1 if you're loving this video. The best time to watch a how to make chocolate video is when you're eating it. Fantastic! This production line is programmed to create incredibly adorable chocolate bunnies, and I bet that will draw in the kids. The larger bunnies will be hand-packaged by skilled women. Have you ever experienced a childhood passion for chocolate eggs? Their factory churns out an astonishing number of cakes, cranking out 1,000 Twinkies per minute, 7 million donuts daily, and 600 million mini muffins yearly. That's enough sweetness to keep a nation smiling. Fantastic! The skilled and nimble hands of the baker transform these cakes into blooming flowers. This installation system is designed to package strawberry trays into an Atlanta flow press at speeds of up to 120 packs per minute. It includes several manual loading stations and a conveyor belt-style weighing station to ensure proper weight on the trays. With the Awita tomato sorting machine, work becomes smoother and more convenient. The freshly harvested citrus are queued up on the conveyor belt. From washing to drying, sorting and packaging, every stage is meticulously crafted to deliver an exceptional experience, even for the pickiest customers. This assembly line boasts a capacity of up to 18 tons per hour. Where machines join forces with the skilled hands of humans to produce remarkable finished products, significantly contributing to boosting the consumption of agricultural produce. workers start their day with some severe disinfecting before setting foot in the factory. Seasoning powder is the flavor booster in every noodle pack, and here's how they whip it up. This giant machine meticulously kneads the dough and then presses it into rectangular sheets. After facing the cutting challenge, the noodle conveyor belts line up for a steamy visit to the 100°C pot. Once steamed, the noodles are evenly cut and placed into molds, fried at 145°C, and promptly packaged. With this machine, the production of fresh-cut French fries is skyrocketing. These rollers will help us eliminate potato crumbs thoroughly. Don't miss out. Does this machine make you widen your eyes? The eggshells split in half and gently float away like you're lounging on the sofa watching this video. If you're loving this video, drop a 1 in the comments. Otherwise, leave a 0. Today we put the new caramel cutter to the test again and saw just how delicious the candies we made turned out. We can guarantee that the design didn't fall apart during the cutting process. Here's a video recorded during a 2018 Mazdak Dorayaki introduction session. They brainstormed fresh baking ideas and built complete assembly lines for those concepts, creating incredibly enticing dorayaki cakes. Creating aesthetically pleasing sandwiches, 2 robot arms swiftly crafted and shaped like the rope knot. I'm fond of the cotton ham cutter, turning it into perfectly square pieces. Imagine using it at home to make a cotton ham salad. Bread is our daily, especially since I'm sandwich crazy. How about you? Pumpkin-shaped sliced bread for all of you folks following our channel right now. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, red grapes, and cherries are more popular than ever. The state-of-the-art weighing system at the conveyor belt makes packaging a breeze. Peel and pit a large quantity of avocados gently and efficiently. The convenient avocado line, partially automated, is your perfect solution. It makes handling easier for your staff and therefore maximizes productivity per person. The mango peeler can peel 20 mangoes per minute. It's a machine that suits everyone's needs. It's fully automated, with only mango stacking being done manually. This video will show you how to process IQF pineapples. You'll also discover the benefits of using IQF pineapples. If you enjoy this video, drop a 1. Nortura is one of Norway's largest food producers, aiming to boost egg and meat production nationwide. They believe food must be produced with future generations in mind and based on Norway's resources and nature. Meat and poultry processors are now increasingly shifting towards automation at a rapid pace due to labor shortages, supply chain issues, and stricter food safety regulations. Let's dive deeper into Marel's chicken fillet solutions and see what they're all about. Next up, the video showcases a conveyor belt for sandwich assembly. The meat slices are placed on trays in pairs and then moved along for further processing. Discover more about Marel Tref's meat cutting solutions. Where thin but perfect slices are the name of the game. You can also slice meat and bones into perfect portions with our TVGMS 400. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a sign to let us know you're here. Whether you're singing our praises or critiquing this content, it'll always drive us to create fresh content every day. Goodbye and see you. Cut, divide, and decorate lettuce, cabbage, and bell peppers perfectly. Dive into the intricate cutting process with the Multi-Corer 4B. It's like watching a culinary